I'm Roger Hallam. I've just been on this tour of Europe. It wasn't that big a thing, okay? So I went to Switzerland and Belgium, went up to Amsterdam, down to Paris. So I was talking to quite a lot of people, and a few themes came up. And I want to talk about these themes in the next sort of 4 videos. So hopefully they're going to be quite short. And I'm going to call it European arguments, just to give it a little bit of groundedness. So, well, obviously these could be arguments anywhere around the world, but they happen to come out of this tour. And I just want to sort of survey the landscape on what these arguments are about and give a particular take on them. Obviously I'm talking for myself primarily, but I'm hoping that a lot of these arguments are getting won, as I would put it, around the world at the moment. And I think what they do is they basically cover these big changes that we need to change in activist culture, in radical culture, or whatever we want to call it, in order to actually get this job done, which is mass mobilization to structurally change the global economy in the next 12 months, right? I mean, that's what we're looking at now. Sounds fantastical, but that's what the science says. So we need to be ruthlessly analytical and risk-taking in order to get to a space where this is going to hopefully happen. So the first one, so this one, it's about money. Okay, so what can we say about money? So the issue obviously is there's all these people who are potentially going to give us money. So that covers a multitude of sins, but some of them are rich, some of them are capitalists, and some of them get money from rich people who are capitalists. Is this a problem? So that's the first part of it. And the second part of it is, if we start paying people and using this money to pay people, is that going to lead to lots of problems? Let's put it like that. So I want to sort of try and just break out of the debate. These debates have been going on a long time, but I want to break out of the debate by making this really clear, decisive point, which is we're in an emergency, right? This means we have to take these risks. An emergency means if we get it wrong, it's over, right? We're having social collapse, we're having fascism, it's going to be beyond awful. We're returning to the worst parts of the 20th century, if we're lucky, and if we're unlucky, we're all going to go extinct. So we've got to start getting a little bit more of a grip on what's important and what isn't, what risks we can take, and what risks aren't that important. So my proposition is, if we look at it from that reality, taking money, yeah, we've got to take it. And it doesn't matter that it comes from someone rich. That's just a virtue thing. It's like, I don't want to be associated with these rich people. That doesn't matter. I mean, it might matter in 1990 or something, or year 2000. It doesn't matter in 2019. We need that money to grow the movement. So let's just take it. That's the fundamental point. But there's something else going on as well, which is the people that are giving the money are making a similar risk. They believed in the system, and then, for the sake of argument, there's all these forest fires in California, and they're all shitting themselves. So it's not like we're dealing with some, appropriating corporate capitalist routine. We're dealing with people that are crying at night the same as we are. Rich people don't want to die as well. Rich people care about their kids. So something fundamental, structural is changing here in the global social structure. Though all those old stories, those left-wing stories have had, well, maybe they're still correct, but there's good evidence to show that they're not, which is the climate crisis affects everyone, including these super rich people. So what does this super rich person do, right? I mean, what do we want them to do? Commit suicide and burn all their money? No, what we want them to do is do the decent thing, ring us up and give us that £1 million, because we need it, because money is necessary. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the other side of the equation, which is, again, the 200-year debate, whatever. As soon as you get money, everything goes to shit because, you get hierarchy and bureaucracy and God knows what else, and it's far better to be pure and anarchistic, or whatever the right word is, and we have no paid people and we're all volunteers and we're all in solidarity with each other and all the rest of it, right? Yeah, that's very possibly true, but the fact of the matter is we need to change the global economy in the next 12 months, right? In order to do that, some people are going to have to get paid. It's just the reality of the situation. Some people are going to have to administrate a mobilisation of hundreds of thousands of people. You can't do that through voluntary activity. If you try to do it, several things are going to happen. You're going to burn people out because they haven't got enough money or time to do it, or you're not going to get all the boring stuff done because you need some people to do the boring stuff, and people aren't going to do the boring stuff day in, day out, right? You want to pay someone to do that. You need to pay someone to take the emails off, to open the post. These things are all the boring stuff that requires social movements, and social movements need some people to do it. So the other point is it's not actually right anyway, right? This idea that you don't have hierarchy and all the rest of it if everyone's a volunteer, it's actually bollocks in my opinion, because what it means is people that have got the time end up making the decisions, right? End up doing stuff and becoming powerful. And it's no surprise that the people that have got the time are older people and middle class people. So there's this idea of sort of egalitarian sort of paradise because no one's getting paid. It's just empirically not correct. What you'll find is these are the demographics that come to the fore, which is fine. They're great people. Middle class people have their place. Obviously older people don't need money. But why are you excluding younger people who simply cannot work full time if they can't pay the rent? Because as everyone knows, there's thousands of young people want to give up their shitty jobs and work full time for Extinction Rebellion, and they're not able to do so because they've got to do some bar job in the evening when they could be doing talks because they haven't got the cash. So let's get them the cash, right? And another demographic are mums, right? Or parents. They've got kids. So who's going to pay for the childcare? Who's going to pay for the babysitter, right? Well, if you're poor, you're not going to have that money. So let's give those people some money so that they can do what they're crying out to do, which is to work full time for Extinction Rebellion or whatever movement we're talking about, I guess, in so much as this applies to other climate change movements. So put all those things together and, dare I say it, it's a no-brainer. We've got to take the money. It's an emergency. And that's the first and last point